I wouldn't rush that if I were you.
Did something come up at the meeting today?
I can't really talk about the meeting.
I got the distinct impression that pushing private surgeries isn't going to run us the expansion funding. I overheard her talking to Seth.
Thank you, Brooke. I won't forget it.
A new technique also allows us to place the laser with much greater precision, which makes for higher success rates and fewer complications. And higher success rates means fewer patients needing a second operation. Cheaper for us in the long run and better for the patients. A win all round.
First sign of madness.
Sprung.
Sounds like you're trying to sell something.
Atrial fibrillation surgery. To Chris and Rachel, I'm practicing my pitch.
Oh, I had you pegged as more of a wing-it kind of guy.
Overconfidence isn't flavour of the month. Not after the Hartman case.
I hate you learned from that. Move on, eh?
Oh, I am. That's why I need the perfect pitch to sell them on this op.
Well, it was sounding pretty convincing when I came in.
You think? It's better with an actual audience.
Okay. Why don't you take me for a drink over the road and use me as your guinea pig?
That'd be great. Thanks.
This has to be top secret. Don't worry, I won't out Sarah, but I will definitely use the information. Expansion into the Asian market is going on the back burner.
I hope I'll still be your first call when the time is right to move on it.
Oh, we'll see. Tell you what, though, we're having a meet and greet at our place tomorrow night for Roy Douglas and the other hospital officials from out of town. Why don't you come?
I would love to, thank you. What time?
7. See you there.
You've invited Brooke?
Yes. She has just given me an extremely useful tip.
On grooming?
I'll ignore that. Apparently, Roy Douglas thinks I'm focusing too much on Shortland Street's private services.
And how did Brooke know this? Don't tell me she's bedded him.
It doesn't matter how she knows. What matters is that I've avoided making a costly mistake. We need to highlight our public work.
How?
Well, it's time we channeled our private profits into things like new beds for the public wards.
Well, I didn't think that would be economic for another year.
Do you want the expansion at Shortland Street or not?
Yes?
I'd like you to do one of your pro bono surgeries here next week.
My, how times have changed. When I asked last year, you said no.
Obviously, that was last year.
And obviously, this is your cynical attempt to curry favour with Roy Douglas.
Will you do it or not?
Only if it's the start of weekly pro bono operations with Shortland Street providing the staff and the facilities.
Once a week?
Well, then it would look like a serious commitment. Depends how much you want to impress him.
All right, Robin Hood, you don't have to put your tights on.
So, how's the share market?
I'm just checking my savings account.
Oh, swillions as usual, I guess.
You should be more like Ems. You never save anything.
I saved the best for last.
That doesn't count.
Meanwhile, I think I have enough to buy a car.
What, $1,000?
5.
$5,000, are you joking?
But, hello, I want something reliable.
Well, there must be heaps of cars for less than $5,000.
Yeah, heaps of lemons.
My shout and 3 teas, please.
Wheels have fallen off my life. I don't need them falling off my vehicle as well.
Are you chicks talking about cars? It's just that I know a bit about cars.
So?
So if you want any advice, just ask and I'll tell you what I know.
Oh, can't wait.
Ignore my friends. They think they know it all, but they don't.
Oh, that's declined, sorry.
What? Oh, story of my life.
I've got it.
Thank you.
You spent all your money the other night, didn't you? Shelling the whole nightclub, I bet.
That is not why I'm broke.
Then what?
I'll bring the tea.
Why are you broke, if you don't mind me asking?
Fines.
Oh, yeah?
It never ends. I just paid one for speeding. Now I've got a parking ticket.
How much?
$120. Can you believe it?
Yep.
Those two will laugh at me when I ask to borrow the money.
Well, I could lend it to you if you like.
You?
Yeah, why not?
Well, you're still in school, aren't you?
And working here. I've got the cash, it's no worries.
Hey, that's sweet and everything, but you don't even know me.
But I know where you work and where you live. And I won't even give you a lecture when I hand the money over.
So, although it's still pioneering surgery, the Australian results prove how valuable it can be, especially for elderly patients.
Who are most at risk by repeated operations.
Exactly. And I can continue to practice the technique by video conference with Melbourne to get me fully up to speed.
Chris?
The potential's there. You've done your homework.
So that's a yes?
Check which patients on the current list would most benefit, and we'll look at scheduling it.
As long as you're not looking over my shoulder every 5 minutes?
Of course not.
Thanks, Boyd.
Can't let the Aussies leave us behind, eh?
Indeed. Oh, by the way, we're having some ministry people and board members over to our house tonight. I'd like you to come, 7 o'clock.
Ooh, schmoozing's not really my thing.
I suggest you make it your thing.
Okay, then.
What did you invite him for?
Roy Douglas likes salt-of-the-earth, community-focused medicine.
And Boyd passes as salt of the earth these days.
Don't be so negative. You agreed to give him media training.
Well, that doesn't include schmoozing at cocktail parties.
Actually, it does, so make it work. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Crowley?
Yes, it's him.
My name's Kylie. I'm just going to give you some antibiotics for the infected appendix.
Thanks. The doctor gave him something for the pain. Seems to be working.
That's good. Just let me know if you need anything else.
Yes, we will. I was just telling Andy about our grandkids. They're sending him so many texts from Australia.
Oh, that's lovely. They obviously care a lot.
No, they do. Don't they, Andy?
Yeah.
You close to your grandparents, Kylie?
Oh, it used to be. Sadly, they passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
Do you still have your parents?
Yes.
Brothers and sisters?
Just a sister, but, we're not close.
Oh, that's a shame.
She moved away.
Do your mum and dad live here?
No, the South Island.
I hope you see enough of them.
Not as much as I'd like.
They must miss you an awful lot.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. I'm being nosy. It's the nerves.
No worries.
Ah, I was just coming up to see you.
I meant to ask Lana to call you, sorry.
No time for our meeting.
Well, I decided it's a bit redundant. I'm going to put expansion of surgical tourism back on the drawing board for a bit.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's already been so successful that I'd rather channel some of the profits into the public side of the hospital.
Already? I thought the plan was to focus on expanding private services for the first 3 years.
It was, but why wait? That way the community will get to see some tangible benefits a lot sooner. Surely you approve?
Very commendable.
I think so. Sorry to inconvenience you.
Networking pointers. It's hardly media training.
Rachel's idea, not mine.
Round nosing 101.
Let's start with this attitude of yours.
Here we go.
Have a seat. Whatever rude word you want to call it, networking is a positive thing and an essential part of promoting this hospital and its services.
Okay, well, let's hear your top 5 tips.
That's better. Number 1, do your homework.
By which you mean...
Find out who you'll be meeting face to face and do your research.
What, do a search on them and stalk them on my life?
You can bet they've done the same to you. Why go in with a disadvantage?
Let's see. Because it's manipulative and unspontaneous?
Spontaneity is overrated. Here.
What's this?
I had Lana prepare index cards on everyone who'll be at the drinks.
You are kidding me.
Do I look like a comedian?
You want me to memorize these? And then what, eat them?
I think that'd be a choking hazard.
Sorry. I prefer to find out about people the old-fashioned way, by having an intelligent conversation, not reading from cue cards. But thanks so much for your input.
No one likes an arrogant surgeon.
I'll tell Chris you said that.
I meant you, silly.
I'm not arrogant.
Then prove it. If Chris wants to teach you something, show that you're willing to learn. He's been round the block more times than you have.
True.
So go on, learn the art of the schmooze. If you're capable, that is.
Oh, hello, Rosa. Did you get through to Brisbane?
Yes. My daughter wanted to get in the next flight, but I could hear the kids carrying on in the background. She can't just up and leave. So I said it's just a routine operation. He'll be fine. Why hasn't he gone to the theatre yet?
Oh, they've still got a patient on the table, but they should be finished soon.
It's like he's going downhill in front of my eyes and no one's doing anything. Sorry, I don't mean you.
Look, my shift ends soon, but why don't I pop back later and see how you're doing?
Would you do that?
Yeah, of course I would. All I've got to do is pay some parking tickets and I'll be back.
Oh, that'd be lovely. I'm getting a bit, you know.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Hey, when do you knock off?
Soon?
Do you want to have lunch with me and Ems? I can lend you the money.
Oh, no need. I've got money now.
Really? Did it fall out of the sky?
I borrowed some, enough for the fines and a bit more for expenses.
So who's lending you money now? Emma, I suppose. You are a walking ATM machine.
Are you calling me a hole in the wall?
Not Em.
Then who?
Evan.
Evan in the caf.
You borrowed money from Evan Cooper. How much?
Just a couple of hundred.
Off a teenage boy.
Well, I'm paying him back.
In what? Kisses?
Don't be disgusting.
I've seen the way he looks at you. Major crush.
Guys his age always look at me like that.
Guys, full stop.
You shouldn't be encouraging him.
Unless you want to go there.
Don't be stupid. Look, I'm paying him back and that's all there is to it.
What's up? You don't look like Mr. Happy today.
I'm not. Rachel's decided to drop her push for more surgical tourism and focus on Shortland Street's public services.
Really? Why?
Don't play innocent with me, Sarah. You tipped her off.
I didn't.
You and I were the only ones who knew what Roy's looking for. How else would Rachel get the heads up?
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, your memory's coming back now.
It might have been Brooke.
Brooke? How the hell?
When you dropped me off at home yesterday, Brooke was there. She came downstairs just after you left.
And you think she overheard us?
Well, now I think about it, the way she was grilling me about surgical tourism. But whatever, she somehow put it together, and I suppose she's passed it on to score points with Rachel.
And you let this happen? You didn't manage to run interference?
No, I'm sorry. I'll close Brooke down.
You should have done that yesterday. The damage is done.
I'm sorry.
I endorsed your appointment to the board. If this indiscretion of yours comes to light, we're both fired.
I'll talk to Rachel. I'll stop her using the information.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, can we have another crack at those networking tips?
I had time before. I'm busy now.
Hey, I'm trying to make an effort here. You can meet me halfway.
I thought I'd already done that. I put aside time to brief you about tonight's event, which you rebuffed.
I've said sorry.
Okay, that's a start. But Rachel and I need surgeons who are good representatives for this hospital outside the operating room as well as in. You just don't seem to be interested.
It doesn't come naturally to me, but I'm willing to give it a go.
If you can leave your natural disrespect for authority at the door.
Of course I can.
Well, you better. Or you shouldn't bother coming.
Sarah, what can I do for you?
I think you know.
Do I?
Brooke told you something she shouldn't have, didn't she?
Perhaps you shouldn't have confided in her.
I didn't. It was accidental.
Whatever. What's good for Shortland Street is good for all of us. Next time, just tip me off yourself.
Excuse me, Rachel, are you waving the flag for insider trading now?
No, I want Shortland Street to compete for the expansion money on a level playing field with everyone else, which means knowing every scrap of information that's out there.
Even if you get it unethically?
I didn't get anything unethically. I was offered information. It's smart business.
No, it's corruption. And if it gets out, I will be dumped very publicly from the board and you'll get dragged into it as well, no question.
So what do you want me to do?
Don't use that information. Don't change course.
I've already decided to.
Well, undecide.
It's not that simple. All right. All right. I will proceed with caution. Will that get you off your high horse?
Thanks, Evan.
Hey,
Hi. Just this, thanks.
no worries.
Oh, it was such a relief getting those fines paid. I will pay you back so soon, I promise.
Oh, yeah, it's no big rush.
Okay, but I don't like the feeling of being in debt, so I won't drag it out.
Hey, my break's coming up in 5. Do you want to do lunch? Maybe coffee?
Oh, I'd love to, but I promised Lines and M's. Top secret girl talk.
Okay, some other time then.
Okay.
How's tomorrow for you?
You know what? I've got to check my roster.
See?
That kid has got it bad.
Okay, you're right. Now I need to let him down gently, starting by paying him back fast. But how?
Well, don't look at me. I'm buying a car.
And I can't afford to lend you that much, not this week.
Mrs. Pilkington's cholecystectomy?
Deferred to. Let me check. First up on the afternoon list tomorrow.
Thanks.
Have you tidied up your act with Chris?
Yes and no. I offered to make an effort and he more or less told me not to bother attending tonight.
Lost cause. Tut, tut.
I have a bit of ground to make up, yeah.
You didn't want to mix and mingle with the Walking Dead anyway.
Oh, no, I have to go now. Prove to Warner I can do it.
You and Chris measuring willies. How mature.
No, seriously, I want to show them I can be a good advocate for the hospital. Someone they can rely on as part of the team.
Well, that's more like it.
But nerve-wracking, though.
Well, just relax. Be yourself. You'll be great.
Come with me.
What?
Consider it a professional favour.
At least at the Warners, you know the catering's going to be good.
Yay, I knew there was a reason to come.
Just be a good ambassador for the hospital.
Pro bono operations at Shortland Street on a regular basis.
That's right. It's been in the pipeline for some time.
I'm aware of Chris's pro bono work, using other facilities.
Yes, it's something we both believe in. It just makes sense to bring it under our own roof.
I haven't seen it in minutes anywhere. When did you make this decision?
We gave the green light yesterday, but it's been bubbling under for some time.
Interesting.
Excuse me, Roy.
Suddenly Rachel McKenna's all about giving away something for nothing. Doesn't suit her. Doesn't it? Makes me wonder if Sarah Potts has been having her loyalties tested.
I'm sure she's been totally discreet.
Hope so.
You're here to schmooze, so get schmoozing.
These look good.
They are. Not very filling, though.
Pity. Good. I'll take a dozen.
Give me a good meat pie any day.
I hear you. Roy.
Boyd. Hey, have you tried that new bakery on Hurst Street?
No.
Oh, it's awesome. Good range, good prices, best steak and cheese I've ever had.
In that case, I'm overdue for a visit.
You won't regret it, mate.
Oh, hi. Ship's in the night. I'm running late for the party.
So I couldn't trust you after all.
Oh, no. Is this the Rachel thing?
You couldn't wait, could you? To sell me out, to claw your way back up the ladder.
Please, I knew as soon as I did it that it was wrong.
And that's supposed to be progress, is it? A conscience that flickers to life for all of 2 seconds after you've got what you want.
I've let you down.
No, you've let yourself down. I thought we were friends.
We are.
No, we're not. We're flatmates. As of now.
You promised Sarah you'd downplay the changes you're planning, not promote them.
It was a bit clumsy, I'm sorry.
Let's hope he doesn't find any other reasons to disapprove of Shortland Street. Roy holds all the cards right now.
Tell me about it.
I'm not much of a fan of this sort of do.
Me neither.
More my wife's sort of event.
Things we do, eh? I'd rather be at the pub.
I think my wife would notice if I snuck out.
Probably.
So what's your role at Shortland Street, Boyd?
I'm a surgeon.
Oh, yeah? I hear you're starting pro bono work there now.
At Shortland Street?
For deserving cases, they tell me.
That's news to me. And unlikely, to be honest. I'd check your sources.
What are you doing hanging out here when you're off duty? No, let me guess, you've got a hot date with Evan Cooper.
Hilarious. I am visiting a patient after spending all afternoon selling my stuff so I could pay Evan back.
Oh, well, good thinking. What did you sell?
Oh, clothes, jewellery. I pretty much stripped my whole room.
Well, beats having to strip for a schoolboy.
Oh, get out. What's happened?
Mr. Crowley came out of theatre a couple of hours ago and deteriorated suddenly. He's gone into North Bailey.
Transferring to HDU?
Yeah. His wife's a bit shaky on it, so I've got to keep an eye on her.
Oh, I can do that for you.
No, I got it. I'll catch you later.
Thanks. Sorry I'm late.
No, Brooke?
No, I burst your bubble. What a shame.
Boyd's been talking to Roy for ages. I hope he's not putting his foot in it.
Don't hold your breath.
So what you're saying is there's not really enough public focus at Shortland Street.
I'd like to see more, that's for sure. Much more.
Some say it would work better if it was 100% private.
I think the bosses would love that, just quietly.
You've changed your tune.
Have I?
Hi, I'm Nicole Miller.
Roy, nice to meet you.
Just yesterday, you were praising the public-private model to the sky.
I was?
Yes, you were. You know how the complex private surgeries attract and keep the country's best surgeons, meaning a raised standard of care for the public patients as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to mention the private profits being funneled into improvements for everyone. Did you know the public medical wards are all getting brand new beds?
Right, okay. The two sides do complement each other quite brilliantly. You happy now?
Besides, you love the public patients. You're much nicer to them, aren't you?
Sprung.
For a minute there, I thought you were all about the money.
As if.
Roy Douglas from the Ministry of Health. Hello. He's on the news all the time.
Oh, I don't watch the news anymore. Too much infotainment.
Well, you've only got yourself to blame. Those flashcards of Chris's would have come in handy, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Thanks for bailing me out.
PR hacks probably earn their money if their clients are like you.
Oh, I'm just not cut out for the whole join our exclusive club and learn our secret handshake thing.
Because you're a snob.
No, I am the reverse of a snob.
The worst kind.
Lucky I've got you to point that out then.
Very lucky. I hope you learned your lesson.
I have. Thanks again.
My pleasure. Gosh, what was that for?
Just for being you. You're great.
Thanks. But, just to be clear, I'm not looking for a relationship.
Oh, me neither.
There's my new responsibilities at work, and we've got a good friendship going.
Exactly. And I need to focus on work too.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll go. Thanks for a great evening. Really great.
Okay, then. Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
Brilliant. We'll see you tomorrow.
Will do. Bye.